Welcome to the Grange podcast, where we strive to rekindle the spirit of community and belonging. Our mission is simple, yet profound, to foster transparent communication and share valuable information that brings us closer together. Join us as we explore stories, insights, and conversations with the intent of building a stronger, more connected community, one episode at a time. Today, my guest is Maggie Schmitz. Maggie is a junior at White River High School and is a standout point guard for the White River Hornets basketball team. During our conversation, Maggie shares her journey as a young basketball player, discussing her early love for the sport, the rigorous training and competition she faces in AAU, and the importance of mental resilience in her game. She highlights the influence of her coach, the recruiting process, and the unwavering support from her family. Maggie also touches on her hobbies outside of basketball, including hunting and fishing, and reflects on her aspirations for the future. Another quick update on this podcast. I had a few technical difficulties again. This is the second or third episode in a row, and I'm not exactly sure what those are stemming from. There's a point towards the end of our conversation that the camera turns off, and it's only for a minute or two. The recording stays the same, but there may be a few minutes where we lose the picture of the video, and I'm not sure why that happened, but I'm going to be looking into that. And then I also noticed too that the recording quality wasn't as good as episodes past, that there was some echoing in the microphone. And so I'm going to try to clean that up in post-production to the best of my ability, and then also figure out why that happened. So my apologies to Maggie and anyone listening if the audio doesn't sound as crisp as it should, but hoping that I can get it figured out. If you find value in our conversation, please help spread the word by sharing this podcast with a friend. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button to be notified when a new episode is released. Anyone interested in coming on the podcast can reach out to thegrangepodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in. Now, here's my conversation with Maggie Schmitz. My goal is to play college basketball for 4 years and continue competing beyond the collegiate level. I am a strong candidate for your team because I have a growth mindset and a relentless drive to improve. I embrace every opportunity to learn and develop my game. I am fully committed to my team, coaches, and teammates, understanding that success comes from pushing each other to be better. My coaches would describe me as an unselfish, driven player who perseveres through challenges and embraces the process of growth. Academically, I maintain a 3.6 GPA while taking honors courses. As a junior, I will begin the Running Start program, allowing me to graduate high school with an AA degree. I take pride in excelling both on the court and in the classroom. What sets me apart is my dedication to refining my skills and adding new dimensions to my game. I have worked tirelessly to become strong with both hands, develop an effective spin move, and elevate my overall ball handling abilities. These skills allow me to be unpredictable and difficult to guard, giving me an edge over my opponents. As a freshman, I had the privilege of starting on varsity and earning first-team All-League honors. That experience helped me grow into a leadership role during my sophomore season, where I was named All-League Player of the Year. I take pride in stepping up for my team and using what I've learned to help lead and elevate those around me. And that is a personal recruiting statement written by Maggie Schmitz. Maggie is going into her junior year of high school, where she starts as a point guard for the White River Hornets basketball team. Last year, she had a standout season where she averaged 20 points per game and helped lead the Hornets to an undefeated record during league play, as well as a berth in the Washington State tournament. She has deep roots, connecting her to the Kettle Falls and Colville area. And joining me today on the Grange podcast is Maggie Schmitz. Maggie, welcome to the Grange.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm stoked that you made the trip up. Obviously, it's a little bit of a drive from the west side of the state, but happy you're here. I thought it would be fun just for, right now, a lot of my listeners are, people in the Kettle Falls, Cobble area. And so I thought it'd be fun just to connect the dots for everyone on how you got here to the Grange. And that's going to be through your grandpa, Mike. And so for our listeners, Maggie's grandfather is Mike Tracy, who almost everyone in Kettle knows. And my relationship with Mike actually started when I was your age. I've always been an early riser. And have you had breakfast at the Little Galley before?
Maybe when I was younger.
Probably, yeah. So it's the local breakfast joint, and your grandpa with 5 or 6 other people would always have coffee there at 5 a.m. and sit around the table and drink coffee.
5 a.m., that's early.
It's early, but I've always been up early, and I started drinking coffee with those guys. These guys are all, 40 years older than me. And so that's how I really started to get to know your grandpa. And then he also followed my sports career through high school. I played 2 years in Kettle and then actually transferred to Reardon, which is a little farm school outside of Spokane. And he was always very interested in my high school career, which was cool. And so we've always had sports in common. And then when I got back from college in the summer times, I would come up here and work, and there was a group of guys that played basketball in Cobble at 6 a.m. And there'd usually be like 12 to 15 people. And in the early days, your grandpa was playing ball in the morning. And so I actually got to play basketball with him for 3 or 4 years in the summertime, which was a hoot. So we go back that ways, but he's obviously super proud of you and has told me, all about your basketball career and stuff. But that's kind of how we connected the dots and got here today.
Yeah.
So with all of my guests, I like to just kind of start off and just get a basic overview, early life. You're 16, is that correct?
Yeah.
But maybe just, start with talking about, your kind of early life as a childhood, maybe touch on your first love of basketball, like when that became a thing for you, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so my parents put me and my brother in every single sport you could think of, even before we were even old enough. So I was in t-ball, baseball, soccer, indoor soccer, outdoor soccer, and then basketball, of course. And then I played softball through elementary school. I played soccer through elementary school. I played club soccer. So it's a lot more competitive. And then basketball. And then around middle schoolish, I started taking basketball extra seriously. I went to the Gonzaga camp in 3rd and 4th grade. Maybe it was 4th and 5th grade. So I got to play with all the players, and my grandpa, of course, he was obsessed with me going there.
I bet.
Yeah. So that was cool. And then my brother played basketball. He played baseball too, but we always 1v1, outside. We had a mini hoop, and we'd sometimes get in some crazy fights. My dad had to break us up sometimes, but yeah, that's how I really got into basketball. But yeah, basketball has definitely been my favorite. So
even from an early age, you're doing these other sports, but basketball always resonated with you.
Yeah.
You felt at home on the basketball court.
Yeah.
I went to Gonzaga basketball camp in the first one, 2003. So I did 03, 04, and 05. And at that time, we were actually staying in the dorms. It was a 3 or 4 day camp. And it was so awesome because we were all diehard Gonzaga fans here, and you got to see the players. You know, that was in the Adam Morrison era when we were there. And it was, that was a cool experience. When you did it, was it an overnight camp or was it just day camp?
There was an option. I wasn't comfortable with going in the dorm by myself because I was so young.
Yeah.
So we just did, it was 2 or 3 days, maybe it was even 4 days, but we just stayed at my Grammy's house. But
cool. Yeah. And then at what age do you think that you started maybe taking it more serious, right? I feel it's even different. I felt maybe my generation was the first where, not the first, but where it started becoming the new norm that you couldn't just show up during the season and
Mhm.
expect to be good. Like, right now I look at what you've been through, and then I know I got a bunch of buddies with kids that are fifth and sixth graders, and they're all playing 60 plus games a year at
Yeah.
that age, right? And so, at what age did you start taking it pretty serious?
When I started playing AAU,
Mm,
so, like, in the summer, I think that was in, like, 5th going into 6th grade, um, I got invited to this team, it's called Valley Hoops, and it was in the Sumner, Washington, and it was mostly these girls from Sumner, and I played against them, and we were kinda rivals, so I
yeah.
was like, "I don't know if I wanna play with them because, like, I don't know if they like me." But I was super nervous to go to, like, the first practice, and it was great. So I played on that team for, like, 2 years, and then was it 2? I think it was 3 years. But then last year, in November, I tried out for, a bigger team, and it's an EYBL team, so it's the Elite Youth Basketball League for Nike.
Okay.
So it's, like, one of the major circuits, like, great exposure, but yeah, AAU is definitely when I, like, started taking it seriously, and I was like, "Yeah, like, this is what I wanna do."
And how old are you your first AAU season?
S Like, maybe, like, 12? Yeah, 12 sounds about right, probably.
And was it pretty rigorous? Are you guys doing 50 plus games a year doing AAU stuff or?
That's in, like, summer, so it's from, like, it was I wanna say, like, April to July, end of July. So, we're playing, like, tournaments every weekend, we're practicing every single day of the week. We had, like, 2 or I think we had Fridays off. So it was like Monday, Wednesday or yeah, Monday, Wednesday was like sports training, so we had like a sports conditioning trainer. So we did that, and then like Tuesday, Thursday was like team practice.
Okay.
So yeah, we put a lot of hours in the gym and like I mean, sometimes at the end of it, you're like, "Dang, like, I kinda need a break for a while," but then I wanted to get right back into it, so that's when I know I, like, really wanted to take it seriously.
So you enjoyed, I mean, it was a lot, but you enjoyed the process.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
even at the end, there's a little bit of burnout, but then you're ready to get right back into it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's just, like, normal for everyone, it's healthy to, like, take a break, like, last year in August, I came over here for a week and we went to Coeur d'Alene, like, this is what I'm doing right now, like, I'm
Yeah.
kinda on a break, so
That's cool.
yeah.
I feel that sometimes it's difficult with kids because it's so much pressure at a young age and it still has to be fun, right?
Mhm.
And there's a tremendous amount of value to learn hard work and discipline at a young age, but the burnout thing's real. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're in this for the long haul. So I've seen it happen in these small rural communities where there's maybe too much pressure on the kid and he burns out by the time he hits eighth grade
Right.
and then high school. And then it just kind of like dips down. But I feel like with the kid that's very passionate about it, there's no such thing as burnout.
Yeah.
It's just that endless hunger.
Yeah, for sure, and you just gotta, like you said, just make sure you're having fun doing it, because then, like, what's the point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And have you kind of played point guard the whole time? Has that been your position?
Yeah, this past AAU season, I kinda played a different position, so it was, like, more like the 2 or 3,
Yeah,
but, I found a different way of scoring, so at the beginning of it, I was like, "This is kinda weird, like, uncomfortable new position for me," but, towards the end, like, I was getting to the hoop a lot and scoring, like,
yeah.
what I wanted to, so,
Which do you like better as far as playing one or two?
you know, I I think I'm more comfortable playing the 1, but, yeah, I'd probably say the 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was able to get on Huddle and watch, some of your highlights and
Mhm.
different things. And I guess first I just want to say like congrats. Like it was really fun watching and you're definitely a very capable player.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, but you have a very like uncanny ability, and this is just my own personal opinion, but like you do read the court very well,
Yeah.
like in that one position. But then it seemed like a little bit later in the season, like your ability to get to the hoop, like from a two position, was very elevated from even your freshman year. Like you were able to get to the rim in traffic and finish, which was awesome. And then great jump shot. You have a beautiful jump
Thank
shot.
you.
Like, I feel like at that level and, try not to be like speak out of hand, but it's uncommon to see I think girls at that age with the fundamental jump shot, and like you have a great jump shot, and it looked like you got pretty good success from downtown too.
Yeah, I definitely put in a lot of effort trying to get that jump shot because like, college coaches are just, like, looking for, like, that 3 level scorer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, putting that into my game was really important to me.
It almost seems like that's a must, right? I
Mhm.
feel that the three-point game has evolved so much even from when I was playing of it's a whole different when I watch college or NBA and I'm not into it as much as I was, when I was in high school, but the three-point thing's real.
Yeah,
Like I mean, watching Caitlin Clark,
right.
right? That's a whole different style of basketball than I'd ever watched before.
Yeah, definitely just pulling up from anywhere. Some people can just do it. It's crazy.
Yeah. The one thing that I wrote that I had to give you an attaway on, there was quite a few, plays that I watched where you got into the lane and then finished with your left hand, and
Mhm.
I was, like, sitting there fist bumping as I was watching it, like, I definitely grew up old school with just being fundamentally sound, playing simple basketball, and, like, seeing someone with that skill set to be able to finish on the left side with their left hand,
Yeah.
I get excited about that for some reason.
Sometimes I just feel more comfortable going that way, honestly, and, like, it's more open and yeah, I think I even go left more than I go right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much time and, like, what kind of a process did you have to put in to develop the jump shot? Like, are you working with a coach? Are you studying on your own? Like, are you doing I remember when I was a kid, I used to lay down flat every night before bed and do 50, where I'd make sure that my arm was, like, at a perfect 90
Mhm.
and then just work follow through, catch, same hand, but, like, what was your process for developing a jump shot?
Honestly, just I live on the same property as my aunt, and they have a basketball court, so whenever I wanted to, me and my brother would just go down there and shoot, like, playing against him definitely, like, just made me develop that, I
Just
guess.
reps,
Yeah, for
time
sure.
time on the court.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The other thing that was interesting and, I just thought it was worth noting, like, your cousins, Tasha and Tori,
Mhm.
uh, I went to school with them. Tasha was a year, maybe 2 years older than me. Yeah, she was 2 years older than me, and Tori was a year older. So I got to watch them play basketball, from 5th grade all the way through high school. And then also playing with your grandpa, like, I see resemblances in all of your guys' game
Y
because everyone played either a 1 or 2, and it was super fun watching your film. And then I feel like I have a weird, like, photographic memory, but I still remember how Tasha and Tori played the game,
Mhm.
and so it was really interesting, and then having played with your grandpa, like, just seeing similar aspects
Yeah, that's so cool
in your guys'
how we're
game.
all connected, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely, like, the kind of the stoic ability of I see you, like, playing with a lot of energy, but not a crazy amount of emotion, which I like. Like, it didn't look like you get too wrapped into the highs and lows of the game. And I remember, like, Tasha and Tori were very similar too, of just, like, having that stoic balance of bringing the heat, but not getting too wrapped into it.
Yeah, I definitely have learned to get better with that over time. Because when I was younger, in, like, close games, if I had, like, the game on my hands, like, sometimes I would have, like, anxiety attacks, and I'd had to get taken out, and I had to do, like, special breathing, like, I struggled with that,
I
and,
bet.
like, over time, like, I've been able to just, like, work that out. Like, even sometimes, like, I can catch myself, like, going, like, like, it just gets in my breath, so sometimes I have to ask my coach to, like, take me out for, like, 30 seconds, and then I'll just go back in, and then
Yeah.
I'm fine.
And so does the breath work component help you reset?
Yeah.
The older that I've gotten, the more I've been in tune, and it's like we breathe every day and we don't even think about it, but like intentionally breathing and like being able to reset is such a huge skill set to be able to have.
Yeah.
Because as you know, like in those games, it's a roller coaster of highs and lows and trying to remain calm in those stressful situations can be difficult.
Yeah, even when I'm, like, going to the free throw line, like, I'll take my time, like, I'll do special breathing there so I don't have to get taken out,
Yeah.
so,
What's your free throw routine?
I put the ball on my side, and I took one breath, and then I just spin the ball once and then dribble.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you shoot good from the free throw line?
Right now, like, I'm a little bit I don't know, it's, like, been a mindset thing, like, in the season, it was fine. I think it's just, like, I get in my head sometimes,
Yeah.
but, like, mostly I'm pretty good from the free throw line.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's common too,
Yeah.
right? Getting in your head a little bit,
Yeah.
especially at the line, and kind of navigating that.
Right.
But yeah, cool. So give me just a quick update. I pulled some information. I talked with your grandpa obviously before you came up, but it sounds like you've had a very busy summer of basketball. I have written down that you play on a Nike AAU team, and that you also were invited to what's called an Uncommon 40 camp that took place in LA.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't mind, just kind of how was summer basketball?
Yeah, it was definitely really busy. So I tried out for this team in November, and then there's every like 4 weeks there was like one training that it was like kind of near Seattle. Everybody like went there. We kind of got together like every 4 weeks. Um, and it was like just like 3 hours of just kind of like independent training. Um, and then it started up in April, I think, and we went to, I think it was Arizona and Alabama.
Wow.
That was that month. And then we did a few other local tournaments too. But yeah, that was pretty busy. And then in June, we took the month off for high school season. So that month's just all high school, like summer ball. And I actually went to San Diego with them at the end of the month.
Cool.
And that's always fun. Like my coach has been doing that for like ever. So he takes a team there every year. But yeah, that's super fun. They really take us wherever we want. Like after our games, there's like 3 vans, and they're like, "Where do you want to go?" And like some people are like, "The beach, the mall." Like we'll just go anywhere for
Yeah.
real. But then it picks up again. I went to Vegas. I feel like I'm missing another one, and then it's Chicago. I went to like 3. Oh yeah, it was Portland, and then Vegas, and then Chicago. Like every weekend lined up.
Wow.
And between Vegas and Chicago, it was like we had 2 days and then we got on the plane again. So it's like crazy busy, always at the airport. It's a lot.
That sounds like a lot. And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the cool part of that is you're seeing a lot of the US,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
That's got to be cool. Are you playing with the same girls on all of that travel team?
Yeah. So yeah, we were 16U, and then next year I'll play 17U. So the team might be a little bit different, and my coach is going to be different. But yeah, it was all the same girls.
Is it difficult going from your high school team to an AAU team just with the team aspect of that?
It's definitely different. Like the plays on my high school team, we have so many plays. Even my AAU team, we had a lot of plays. But you would think that you might forget them, but it really takes just one practice and then it clicks back in. So.
What about playing with like different ladies, like different gals? Because the AAU teams, is that more of like kind of an elite team where people are almost like picked for like a stud team?
Yeah. So the competition is crazy different.
Yeah.
Like for EYBL, like you're playing against like 6'6" girls.
Whoa.
And it's crazy, but like I can, from going to AAU back to my high school team playing against different competition, I'm like, dang, like I can finish at the hoop better, I can drive better, I'm stronger at attacking because I'm playing against these girls that are quick and they're all like D1 players. Like we played against a team in Birmingham that all their starters had like multiple D1 offers. We ended up beating that team, but I don't really know how we did it, but that was a good game for us. But multiple D1 offers, like everybody. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. And then tell me about this Uncommon 40 camp. So is that invite only?
Yeah, so I got back. I think I got back from Alabama 2 days after Alabama, and then we got a call from a coach, and it was like, we want you to go to this camp. It's all paid for. We'll pay for your mom, we'll pay for her hotel, and then they were like, it's in LA next weekend. So we didn't really get a lot of time, but we were like, yeah, we're gonna do it. So I was really nervous because I knew 2 other girls that were going, and one of the girls already went. So I like asked questions and stuff, but I still was really nervous, like going to LA, and I had to, we were rooming in this room at the college campus that we were at. And so we got to LA, and then we came down the escalator and there was this, like, dude holding up the board in a suit, and he's, like, made hoops, and he totally thought that we were, like, famous or something, because he was like, "Let me take your bags," like, and we were kinda running late, so when we got in the car, like, the people were, like, calling, "Where you at?" And this guy was like, "Wow, you must be, like, really important because I really want you to be here," and it was
Wow.
totally not that, like, we were not, like, famous like that, but
Yeah.
it was crazy. And then we got there and we got all this free gear, like, there were so many sponsors. I ended up getting, like, this Hydro Flask, like, cooler that said, like, Uncommon 40. It was crazy cool, and then we got a bunch of, like, clothes and stuff, and yeah.
Wow. And so is that a week-long camp?
It was only 2 days, I
Okay.
think. Yeah.
And did you pull some stuff out of it?
Yeah, it wasn't really, like, a lot of basketball, which kinda sounds weird, but there was a lot of, like, speakers that we, like, learned about, like, financial stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
and it was, like, kind of a break for a lot of the players, like, that's what they wanted, like, they talked about how we're all so busy and, like, it was 40 boys and 40 girls, and, like, all these girls were huge, and all the dudes were huge. There was, like, a dunk contest that we watched for the boys, it was crazy, they were, like, jumping over each other, doing, like going through the legs,
Whoa.
dunking everywhere. It was really crazy, and, like, all these girls, like, I've seen on, like, Instagram that have, like, 30 D1 offers, like, I was standing right next to them, I was like, it was crazy to watch, honestly.
Sounds kinda like a pinch me moment, like,
Yeah,
pretty surreal.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was like, I know her name, I know her name, I know her name, like, it was crazy.
Well, that's awesome that you got invited.
Yeah.
That's killer. So what do you mind diving into a little bit, like, what's the financial component there? Like, what are they talking to you about?
Well, we learned about, like, kinda like NIL and how to, like, handle the money, and then there was another speaker about, like, sports and conditioning and how important it is to, like, take the days off, like, and the amount of training you, like, do on one day compared to the next day, and, like, what kind of food you eat, and just kind of, like, the importance of it, and sleep, and stuff like that, just important things that will help you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Would you could do a quick, summarization? I think that there's probably a handful of listeners that don't know what NIL is. Will
Mhm.
you just give, like, a quick summary of what that is now? Because it's fairly new, right? Are we
Yeah.
2 or 3 years into that?
Yeah. So, basically, there's, like, I don't know, like, crazy much about it, but it's just, like, sponsors that you can get in college. You can get, like, just paid loads of money, just, like, play basketball there.
So there was basically an NCAA reg change where now players can accept money,
Yeah.
right? And
Mhm.
so that's what the NIL thing is probably they were talking about how to navigate all that. I
Right.
mean, you see on TV like all the Deion Sanders kid or whatever, I think made more in college than he signed in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like he did six point something mil last year.
Same with, like, so many WNBA players. Like, Caitlin Clark definitely made more in college.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, if I take myself back to college and being 18 to 22 and seeing 7 digits in my bank account, like,
Yeah, crazy.
what an experience. That's wild. Is that different, the uncommon camp, is it different than the ARNG? I had, like, a made
Oh,
hoops,
it was the same. So
same thing. Okay.
that camp was, like, sponsored by the Army. So one of the days, like, there were these, like, Army soldiers that came in and they set up, like, a workout, and we did, like, it was, like, a 30-minute Army workout, and it was all hype. There was, like, 4 different teams. It was kind of like a race. We were doing, like, I don't know what it's called when you, like, pick it up and then, like,
Like a farmer's carry or
yeah, yeah,
something?
something
Yeah.
like that, and then we were doing, like, Army crawls, and it was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I saw some of the pictures that your mom had posted from that, and in one of them looked like you guys were even doing like a yoga
Oh,
day or something. Do you guys hit up some of that?
yeah, we went outside and there was, like, all these mats. It was really hot. There was, like, a yoga instructor, but some people were just, like, on their phones in the back. I was like, "That's crazy." But, yeah, it was cool. I'm not the biggest fan of yoga,
Yeah,
but I don't think it really relaxes me, kinda stresses me out a little bit.
for sure.
But, yeah, it was definitely a cool experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, with that being said, I was curious. what your like workout regimen is like. Do you have a daily workout that you follow? Are you doing like summer sports and agility that's just focused on like strength training, or can you speak to your workout regimen at all?
During, like, when we're practicing stuff, we're practicing, like, 3 days a week, so it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Mondays are, like, 3 hours, and then the other days are, like, 2.5 hours, and then on those Tuesdays and Thursdays, I either, like, take a chill day because 'cause we're also in between traveling, so it's just, like, a lot going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, or I'll go to my friend has a gym on the lake, and they, like, built it a few years ago, and it's indoor, and it's really nice, so, um, yeah, I get in there sometimes, or I just go down to my aunt's with my brother and shoot on those off days, but right now, I'm training with a sports and conditioning trainer, on Tuesdays, I think, so yesterday before we left, I went over there at, like, 8 a.m. and got a crazy workout in. He pushes me so hard,
Is
but,
that
like,
Stephen Gray? Or is
that
that
I work out with him on Mondays, so
okay?
that's yeah, and then, Graylin James, I work out with him on Tuesdays, um, but yeah, I just started working out with Stephen Gray, and I actually helped him with a camp on Monday with some, like, little kids, so that was really cool.
So are your workouts, are you guys doing like lots of plyometrics and like explosive type movements, or are you lifting weights? What
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
for sports and conditioning, definitely that I'm mixing in, lifting. It's a lot of, like, stuff to, like, prevent injuries with, like, my
mm,
knees and stuff, so I just see how important that is, so I'm just so glad I'm doing it because
yeah,
the last thing I want is to, like, get a season-ending injury, like, especially right now,
I
because
bet.
it's definitely one of the most important times, like,
Yeah.
before college and everything.
Have you had to face any injuries?
No, I've been pretty lucky,
Yeah.
so knock on wood.
Knock on wood. That's awesome. What about does you incorporate diet? Like, do you follow like as far as looking protein, carbs? Like,
Yeah.
are you just kind of
Definitely I've kind of been always, like, weird about it, like, my mom thinks I'm crazy, but I have, like, this shelf in the pantry that's just, like, the Maggie shelf, and it's kinda just, like, these, like, superfood weird things, but, yeah, I definitely take my diet seriously, I, like, definitely try to get the protein in, kinda stay away from the crazy food, like, when I was little and playing basketball, I just ate whatever I want,
yeah?
'cause, like, you got the Little Debbie snack cakes,
Mm-hmm.
like, I was me and my brother too, it was bad, but as I got older, for sure, I was like, that this stuff doesn't really it's not good anymore."
And can you feel a difference when you're eating clean,
Yeah,
like on the court?
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I just have so much more energy,
yeah.
and drinking water is so important. Because when you're dehydrated, I could tell, like, I've been in those games where I'm like, I just feel off, like,
Can't think
I
straight.
don't feel
Yeah.
bouncy, like yeah.
It was wild to me too. Once I started taking my health more seriously about like 5 years ago. But, when I was your age, like Gatorade got pushed on us so hard. And
Mhm.
then like you read the back of it and you're like 32 grams of sugar.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But, that's cool to hear that you're in tune and like very cognizant. It sounds like you're cognizant of putting good fuel into your body and
Yeah.
then seeing the payoff for that. Do they talk about that at all? At the high school level, like either in school or your coaches or anything, or is that just something that you've taken upon yourself?
It's definitely just something I've taken upon myself. I've known about it, like, all these, like actually, my first AU coach she's really good about, like she was really good about telling us, like, eat our protein, drinks the amount of water, like, before games, like, don't be out in the sun, like, just preparing our bodies to be able to compete at the highest level we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel my generation was kind of like the Mountain Dew generation. Like that was kind of the cool thing where everyone was drinking Mountain Dew.
Mhm.
But now I kind of see in your generation, it's like, and I'm stereotyping. I know everyone's not this way, but like the Red Bull
Oh,
generation
yeah.
where everyone's just killing energy drinks and
Yeah.
like eating, like crazy candy and stuff all day. And it's bonkers that,
Yeah.
and lots of athletes, right? I always kind of wonder if they would see or feel different performance gains if they cleaned some of that
It's
up a little bit.
crazy because some of the best players, like, you see, like, interviews and they're like, "What's your diet?" And they're like, "Just, like, anything." But they're, like, these crazy monster athletes that
Yeah.
really are just, like, gifted. and they just get to eat whatever they want.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the UFC, and it's always funny to me after like a huge UFC fight and someone's just pounding a Monster Energy, and I'm like, all
Yeah,
right, good for
yeah.
that guy. um, cool. Also wanted to touch base a little bit. I was able to do a little reading on Coach Gibb. So that's your head basketball coach. I pulled an article that I'm just going to read real quick to give some context to our listeners, and then I'd love to hear what you have to say. But according to this article, Gibson has compiled a brilliant .714 winning percentage with 537 wins and 215 losses throughout his prep girls basketball coaching career, including a 104 win, 87 loss record in 8 seasons at Franklin Pierce High School, and 433 wins, 128 loss mark in 21 years at White River High School. Along the way were 9 West Central District Championships spanning 97 through 2018, 20 state tournament appearances, netting 7 trophies, and 11 undefeated records among 18 league championships. So that article was taken in 18. And then since that time, I learned that he's racked up over 600 career wins. And in 2021, he was awarded the John Wooden Legacy Award, which sounds like that's no joke. Actually got a book of John Wooden up there. So he sounds like a very accomplished coach. I think he's creeping year 28 now at your high school. What's your relationship with him? What's Coach Gibb like?
Yeah, so coming in, like, he kind of, like, some people might say, like, everybody's kind of, like, scared of Gibb to start off. Like, if you're going to be on his team, you're disciplined, and you're going to make eye contact, and you're going to have your toes on the line at all times. Like, he doesn't mess around. But I've learned so much from him, and he's definitely just the best coach I probably, honestly, will ever have. Like,
Yeah.
I've learned so much from him. He's done so much for me. It's like, he knows my game so well. It's like crazy. I'm so grateful to have him as coach for sure.
And so White River girls basketball, like you guys are, I mean, it's a thing, right? Like he's been there for a while, and it seems like you guys have a very winning program. So were you aware of that going into like your freshman year, like what you were stepping into with him and the program?
Yeah. And my freshman year, we had like 7 seniors. So I knew I was going to have her on my team, but I didn't know like where I would fit into it because there were so many like veteran players. I had to learn a lot of things quick.
Yeah.
Because when I was like the only freshman, like I know I was a starter, freshman as a starter.
Nice.
So I just had to pick up things really quickly. So I was definitely nervous for my couple practice because learning plays, like he has a playbook and they're just plays and plays and plays. Like I just had to learn them really quickly. But yeah, my freshman year we got 4th at state.
Wow.
Yeah. And then last year we were seeded number 3 and we got knocked out the first round and that hurt.
That sting?
Yeah.
Is that some motivation for the summer?
Yeah, for sure.
How much are you guys returning? Like, how are you looking for your junior year?
We graduated we're really guard heavy, so it's a different look, but in summer ball we did really well. So I'm really excited to see where we can go.
Cool. That's exciting. How do you deal, or I mean, it sounds like he runs a tight ship, like at practice. Like a disciplined coach, do you like that, having the strict parameters and that style of coaching? Does that work? Is that in alignment with you as a player?
Yeah, and it teaches me a lot as like a person too. Like I know every person that's on his team is going to be a good person coming out of like the program. Like if you want to play for his program, like it's going to be a really great thing for you.
How does he incorporate that? Like how is he developing the person and not just the athlete?
Yeah, he talks about family a lot and how like in no drama, like we're no drama. He always like.
That's hard to do with teenage girls.
Yeah. He says no turd in the herd. And it works. Like there's like no drama on those teams. Like we're so like tight knit. We all go like after our home games, we all like go get dinner. Like I don't know. It's definitely gonna be like the best years of my life. I know.
Well, it's awesome that you recognize that, and then it's also awesome that he's providing that space for all of these young women that are coming through his program.
Yeah.
Like, because the reality too, right, is that most people that play high school athletics, they're done after their senior year.
Mhm.
And then you do have to be a good person. That's
Yeah.
your next job is not everyone gets to play basketball moving forward. And so I think it's so neat and inspiring to hear that there's a coach out there that's developing the individual as well as the player. Like,
Yeah.
because at 18, you got the whole rest of your life. And I think it's really important for high school athletics to be a training ground for how to become a good person and not just a good athlete. And
For
I
sure.
think a lot of coaches miss that for whatever reason. And I'm sure it's easy to get wrapped into wins and losses, right? Like every athlete is an athlete because they're competitive and they like to win.
Mhm.
But what you learn later in life is that you end up losing more than you win, and life is hard. And so it sounds like he has a great program that he's teaching, the full circle individual how to be successful outside of the game. And I love that. I'd love to meet the dude sometime. He sounds
Yeah.
like a great guy.
Yeah, he definitely is.
One of the articles I was reading, he was quoted saying, "You are only as good as your 12th player feels about you." And I thought that was huge. Like that encompasses the whole team. Um, and I don't know, that really stuck out to me just speaking. And I've never met the guy, but it sounds like he has great character.
Yeah. He's really big on, every person on the team has a role, no matter your skill set, like, we're all together, and it's gonna take every single one of us to win, so that's definitely something that's always in our heads.
Well, and that has to be super empowering if you are the fifth or the sixth, seventh, eighth player on a team to know that you're still important and that team aspect has a role. I had a similar coach when I was in high school at Reardon, and we were fortunate enough to take a state championship in '05. And I think a lot of the reason for that was we had a super good scout team. Like
Mhm.
our number 2 team was very good. And so each week during practice, we were just like going to war, with our own team. And then by the time we hit Friday night, it was like, it was almost easy,
Yeah.
because sometimes our scout team was better than the teams we would play Friday
Mhm.
night. And our coach did a very good job of empowering our scout team players to say, the reason that the varsity is good is because you guys show up,
Mhm.
Monday through Thursday and give 110%. And I think that was a big reason for our success was just that component that we got to grind it out during the week.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely takes preparation seriously, and we're always, in the film room, especially, during, the state times, we're just getting prepared, and everybody's, focused. We all want it so bad,
Yeah.
so, yeah, I'm really excited for this year.
Are those state games? Does that happen in the Tacoma Dome?
Yeah, so we were 2A. Wait, we were 3A, for a while, so we were at the Sundome in Yakima.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So wait, no, we were 2A, now we're 3A. So we were at the Sundome, now we're at the Tacoma Dome, so
I got to go to the Sun Dome. It was like '04, I believe. Kettle Falls had a team that played boys varsity there. I wasn't on that team, but they played in the Sun Dome, and it was really fun to go watch that. And then the state game I played in was actually in the Tacoma Dome in December, and that was pretty neat to be able to play in that.
yeah, they're definitely different, but I think I like the Sundome more because it's kinda smaller, so the gym feels, more packed.
More intimate
Yeah,
setting, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I definitely felt that in the Tacoma Dome. Like it's so vast. You get out there and you look, and you kind of expect like it's going to be a packed house, and then you
Mhm.
see that. I mean, and our whole community was there, and they didn't fill up, a third of the bleachers.
Yeah.
Like, but what time of year is state? Is that in March?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Um, so I'm definitely curious about and if whatever you're comfortable speaking to, but like the recruiting process, like,
Yeah.
are you starting to get looks?
Yeah, so it was there was a certain date, I think it was, July something, I don't know, but it was a date where, coaches could, directly reach out to you, so they could just, text me at any time. So and I was actually at the Uncommon 40 camp, the day that they could reach out to you, and so, I got my first text, and I was like, "Oh, shoot," I got a text, um But yeah, basically they just like text you saying like they want to get on the phone with you, like they watched you somewhere. And like these like there was a big school, Oregon State, that texted me and I was
Wow.
like it felt surreal. Like I was like, dang, like this is actually happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably talked about to like 12 schools on the phone so far. All D1. All these like intro calls there's some that are like short and there's some that are like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Um, and they're definitely all different. Like, I've definitely gotten more comfortable. My first call was actually last summer. And I've been talking to that school for like about a year, just like getting to know them. And I always remember them because it was my first call. But yeah, on my way back, I'm actually gonna go head up Eastern and walk around campus and see what's up there. But
Is that your first campus tour?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's
I'm just
exciting.
gonna see
Yeah.
what it's like. But yeah, I try to make sure it's like not this can't be like a stressful like time for me. Like obviously it might get a little stressful, like especially towards the end when I'm like narrowing down on the schools that I want to go to. Because after every call, I'm like, dang, like that's a good call.
Yeah.
Like I want to go there. Like after every call, my parents are like, you can have good calls, but we're not like saying you're gonna go to every single school. I don't know.
So at some point, do you have to narrow a list that then you'll go visit in person?
I think, yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
works.
Is it, I don't know, that the whole thing just has to be wild at your age. I feel like, to start, I mean, you're talking to head coaches of these programs that you've followed probably since you were a kid,
Yeah.
and whatever. But I love what you just said of like, it can't be too stressful. Like you seem very in tune with, I guess if you're looking at your targets, your first target is finish your high school basketball career, right? And I'm
Mhm.
sure that even before that is making it to state your junior year.
Yeah.
Like, is that kind of how you're segmenting your basketball career?
Yeah, and just be in the moment, like, I don't wanna look too far ahead, and one of the questions that, like, every, like, college coaches asks on the phone is, like, "How's your recruiting process going?" And I'm like, "It's good," and I talked to a school and I was like, I gotta stay in the moment because, like, this is what I've, like, dreamed about since I was, like, a
Yeah.
little kid. Like, being on the phone with these coaches and, like, having them tell me they're interested in me, like, that's just, like, crazy to me.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's it's cool. Like I said, to see some of your hard work pay off. And I
mhm,
understand that that's down the road, but it's neat to be present in that moment, even, and just, and feel some of that. Yeah, I feel like you're going to have a lot on your plate the next couple of years, like
probably.
navigating all that. It seems like you got a really cool family support system though, too, right? Like
Sure.
you and your mom super tight.
Yeah, me and both my
Yeah.
parents, they've and I've thought about we've had so many conversations about, like, the way that they're always there for me. And I bet it's, like, hard being a parent of, like, a a good basketball player, like, s I've had, like, teammates or other, like, people that I've played against, like, I know sometimes their parents are just, like, yelling at them after bad games.
Yeah.
Like, my parents have never, ever even, like, thought about that, and we've talked about it, I'm like, after a hard game or maybe I didn't have a good game, like, I already know that, like, I don't have to be reminded of that, and they've always, like, thought that too, so I'm just, like, super, super grateful to have them the way they are.
So that unconditional love and support is definitely a big piece of your puzzle.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how neat and good on them. Because
Mhm.
I bet it is difficult, to your point, to be a parent and like seeing your child navigating. I mean, you're being exposed to the real world sooner than most.
Mhm.
And as I'm a parent myself, like you always want what's best for your kids and you want to protect them. And the real world can be a terrifying place, but it sounds so awesome that sounds like they have your best interest, which is just how are you, the person, not the basketball player. And
Yeah.
like, that's got to be, that has to feel good being able to navigate all these new chapters that are being thrown at you.
They're definitely, like, my biggest motivation for sure. Cause they've done so much for me. Like,
Yeah.
AAU is so expensive and time consuming, like and last year for my other AU team, we did team travel, so she didn't have to come with me, but this year we didn't, so she just, like, followed me around everywhere. and they just, like, work so hard so I can work so hard, and
Yeah.
so I just I just wanna make them proud, and I know I already do, but
Yeah.
that's my motivation to keep going.
That's awesome. That's so good to hear. Curious, your grandpa told me, I think it was last summer, you got to hang with Chloe Kitts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what was that like?
So I got, like, invited to this, like, clinic in Sumner. It was, like, a trainer that I've trained with, numerous of times, and, like, he has connections to so many people. His name is Chris Hibba. But yeah, I got invited. There was, like, it was, like, 20, maybe top 20. He called it, like, the top 20 Washington high school girls in the state. So he invited so many people to this high school, and we just did a workout. We did some, like, 3-on-3s, and I was on Chloe Kitz's
No
team.
way.
Yeah. It was really cool.
So for our listeners that may not know, Chloe plays at South Carolina.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Like, she's a forward?
Yeah.
Ish? Yeah. And they won national title this year or last year? Is that
Last year.
last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's a big name in the
Mhm.
sport, right? And
Yeah.
you're on her 3-on-3 team hooping it up.
Yeah,
Like,
it was really cool.
so you've had a handful of surreal pinch me moments the last couple years.
Yeah.
Like,
And I actually just got invited to another All-American camp. So it was a few days ago, actually. EYBL, so the Nike circuit. This is their first year doing it. It's like all EYBL, and it's a camp, and it's in Minnesota. And all these other circuits have, like, these camps at the end. So there's, like, an Adidas circuit, which is called 3SSB. There's, like, Under Armour, stuff like that, and they all have, like, these camps at the end. So Nike just made one. So I got invited, and I'm gonna go, and I bet you're gonna get just, like, a lot of gear that say, like, All-American, and I'm really excited. It's
that's
gonna be
way
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting. What was I gonna say? With shoot, I'm blanking. I had a question and it just dropped off on me. Shoot, we'll come back to it. What about outside of basketball? Like, obviously that's taken up most of your time. But what are your hobbies, interests outside of the game?
Growing up, I went to my dad and my grandpa. They have, like, a cabin in Winthrop, Washington.
That's a beautiful area.
Yeah, definitely. So my dad grew up going there. I grew up going there. We go there for hunting season. We go hunting. We go fishing. Definitely my escape place. I was there a couple weeks ago for, like, a week, and
You still hunt and fish?
yeah.
Nice. What do you hunt?
Deer, elk. 2 years ago on my birthday. It was last year on my birthday, or the day before. We went to, like, I forgot where it was called, but I got drawn for an elk tag, like a youth hunt.
Cool.
So it was, like, just me and my dad, and we went up there, and well, we went a week before, and there was, like, a lot of people there. So we're like, let's just, like, come back next weekend. So we came back, and we're just, like, driving, and we see, like, this herd just, like, go by. We're like, okay, get out, get ready. And then I couldn't get a shot off, so we, like, kept driving for a bit. And then there was another herd, and we're like, okay, get out. And then I got a shot off. We walked up the hill, dropped them.
No way.
So yeah, I got my first elk. It was really cool.
Was it a bull or a cow?
Cow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there anything better than elk backstrap?
Dude, it's so good. That way we cleared it so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that had to have been a pretty cool moment, right? Outside of
Yeah.
basketball, and like elk are no easy thing to hunt,
Mhm.
and they're such a huge animal. And I bet that was, and to be able to do it with your dad, what
Yeah.
a cool experience.
It was awesome. It was also kind of crazy getting it out. Like, we had to tie the rope, and it was kind of up on a hill, and there was trees down. We had to hook it to the truck. It was pitch black.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was crazy. And then we went up, and we were going home. We had to, like, go through Mount Rainier National Park to get home.
Okay.
And the road was, like, just closed. Like, we saw the car going, and then they closed it behind that car. So we had to go, like, all the way around. I don't know where we went through, but it was like an extra 2 hours or something. But
Wow.
it was worth it.
Well, and I think that's the fun thing that maybe even parallels to the hard work you put in basketball, but like it's hard work to hunt,
Mhm.
you know, and
Yeah.
and then once you're home and you get a backstrap on the cast iron and you're having dinner with your family that you provided, like
Mhm.
that's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah,
That's wholesome.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then fishing, we're actually going on the Puyallup. It actually opens this week, I think, on the
Okay.
Puyallup River. So when I get home, I'm going fishing on the river in my waders with my dad and my brother, so that's always so much fun.
You guys fly fish?
No.
Yep, just spin casting
Yeah,
and whatever.
and
Cool.
we usually are, like, on this side of the river, and then on this side, there's, like, hundreds of people just lined up. It's
Okay.
crazy to see, and we're not trying to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. So that's I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Like you said, this is kind of the break season
Yeah.
before the chaos, but that sounds like a good way to recharge the batteries.
Yeah, and I'm doing, running start, so I'm doing all online school, so that doesn't start till September 28th,
Oh, nice.
but, yeah, me being able to do that will open up a lot of more time for, like, training and traveling and yeah.
Will you have an AA in anything specific, or will it just be a general studies?
I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be general,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'm not really sure.
How do you feel about school? Like doing coursework and stuff? Do you like it, or is it meh?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely preferred online. I did online last year too, but not online. I went to school
Yeah.
for like 4 periods, but I definitely prefer to like do it on my own. Like I feel like I've always been that way. I've always wanted to do like independent work, like no group projects. I don't like, especially the people that like don't do anything. Then
Yeah.
you have to do it all by yourself. It's just like I'd just rather just do it on my own.
Well, then you get it done and
Yeah.
go do what you want to do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. What was COVID like? What grade were you in during the 5 years ago?
4th.
Yeah. Was it a big thing for you, or was it just kind of whatever?
Well, I feel like I wasn't really like crazy. I was I was playing basketball, but I wasn't like committed. Like some 4th graders now are like training every day. Like
Yeah.
even like 3rd graders, they're like 7 days a week, just crazy.
Do you think that's good or bad?
Ye- I don't know, cuz I just don't think they're old enough to like understand yet.
Yeah.
Like cuz burnout will like especially starting then like that it could get real.
Seems inevitable almost.
Yeah.
Like,
So
when do you get to be a kid?
yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
I was still playing Barbies then, and they're just out there for like 3 hours. But
Wow.
I don't think it should definitely be a choice.
Yeah.
Like if your kid wants to do that, I don't think you should push it on your like 8-year-old.
Yeah.
But
Don't try to vicariously live through your kid.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think they should live a little bit.
For sure. Do you remember it all? Did COVID like shut down basketball for you at all? Like,
Yeah, it did for a while.
so then the one-on-one games on Ant's court got picked up?
Yeah, it was just me and my brother for a while, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's when we got a trampoline, and then we got like a mini hoop, and we set it up like on the trampoline. So me and my brother were like playing one-on-one on the trampoline. It was
Going
really
hard.
fun.
Little
Yeah,
slam
they're
ball
dunking
action.
on each other. Yeah.
We did that. He's my brother-in-law. We set up a trampoline in his backyard on a 10-foot hoop, and it
Mhm.
was every day after school. Like, we just went hard.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. I remember what I was going to ask that I blanked on, going back to the recruiting process. Do you like, I don't know what the right word is, but do you kind of have to sell yourself? Meaning like through Huddle or through social media? Like, are you pumping out clips and like trying to get it out to the world, or are those coaches seeking you, or like, do you have to manage any of that yourself?
Yeah, so at the end of my high school season, we put like a highlight clip together, and my Gib actually like sent it out to a bunch of people.
Okay.
That's another thing he does. Like he's always there in the recruiting process. He's always like talking to me in his office, like just like checking in, like saying what's up, talking about coaches, talking
Wow.
about basketball. So that's really important to me. Like he just shows that he cares, and it's just great to have a coach like that
Yeah.
that will just like know that he will always be there for you. But
And so he's able to take some of that off your plate even,
Yeah.
so you're getting some of the stuff spread out. Does social media directly have a role in that? Like, are the crazy, some of those gals that you met with at camp that you were like, I've already seen them,
Mhm.
like, are there people that kind of have like recruiting profiles on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff? And does that work, or is it more just for fun?
I think it's definitely, and I've talked to other like college coaches about it, like it's definitely plays a big role. Um like if somebody has like a 30-point game, like you're gonna see it on Instagram, and college coaches are gonna see that.
Yeah.
Twitter's also big too. I've been really big into it because I don't really know how to like use it that well, but I know a lot of people use Twitter. But yeah, they'll just like in our schedules when we get them for the tournaments, I'll put that on my Instagram. Like
Okay.
college coaches can follow me, so they'll just like see everything that's on your Instagram. So it definitely plays a big role.
Yeah, that's cool. So this one's just kind of for fun. I just developed this. I just started this for this podcast. I'm calling it the Stevens County Six Pack, and I'm going to ask you 6 questions, and you'll answer them. But this one's just kind of for fun. But why number 22?
Fun fact, actually. So my cousin Taylor, she actually played for Gibb.
Okay.
Yeah, a long time ago. She's like maybe like 25 now, maybe. So she was number 22. And so we lived on the same street as all my cousins. Like we were all on the same private property.
That's cool.
And I'm the youngest of 7, I think. And she was the only girl. So when I was born, she was like, "Let's go." Like there's another girl now. So we were the only 2 girls, and I've always looked up to her.
That's
like
awesome.
I've always wanted to be like her. And then she played for Gibb, and she was number 22, so I wanted to be number 22.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't that long ago, and my grandpa was like, "Didn't you know I was number 22?"
I didn't know
Grandpa
that.
Mike, yeah,
Really?
he was number 22. So I was like, "Perfect, that's my number."
Wow.
Yeah, so I've just stuck with it.
Are you and your cousin still tight?
Yeah,
That's rad.
yep,
Yeah. She's probably having fun watching you play for the same coach and
yeah.
go through
She
all the
goes
same.
to some
yeah.
games. She lives in Ellensburg. We actually had a wedding last week for my cousin. He just got married. And she was like, "When I get married, you're gonna be my bridesmaid." So that was cool.
That's fun. What's your favorite shoe in your shoe collection?
Like basketball shoes or like Jordans?
Well, you tell me.
Okay.
You got a Jordan collection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I collect shoes. That's my thing.
Okay.
My parents think I'm crazy.
Are you one of those that will buy a set of Jordans and never wear them? Keep them in the box all nice and pretty?
Yeah. So I've one pair. It's like Jordan 4 Black Cats, and they're like thousands of dollars. Like
Whoa.
I've worn them a few times, but I don't think I'm gonna wear them again because they're just gonna keep going up in price. So, but my favorite shoe, my basketball shoe, is probably like Kobe 6s.
Okay.
Yeah, I got someone recently. Crazy story. My mom had like this girl in her class, and she was like, she had something wrong with her stomach, I think. And my mom's class watches like my games and stuff and highlight films,
Cool.
and they're all obsessed with me and my brother. It's so cool. But we actually me and my mom went to visit her in the hospital, and she was like so happy. And I don't really know how we got started talking about shoes, but her mom was like, "Oh my gosh, my husband is like obsessed with shoes. Like he will get you these shoes that you
No way.
want." So I got gifted like these Kobe 6s, and I was wearing them forever. Yeah, they're definitely my favorite.
Are you a Kobe fan?
Yeah.
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 Who's your favorite NBA player?
I mean, I didn't really like grow up watching the NBA, but probably Kobe.
Yeah.
And I know most people would probably say that, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say Kobe.
So growing up, I was an absolute diehard Shaq fan.
Yeah.
Like my 2nd grade picture, I'm wearing an Orlando 32 jersey with a Shaq ball. And like, this is going to sound really corny. I don't know if your school does it, but we have book fairs,
Mhm.
like where they sell books
Yeah.
in the library. And dude, I drank the Kool-Aid. But I bought this book that had famous athletes' addresses. So you could write them a letter. And so I looked, and Shaq's address was in there. I bet, I'm not even joking, I bet I wrote him like 10 letters. And
Really?
I'm sure the book was a whole gimmick. Like it's not like,
Yeah.
but 10-year-old Josh thought it was legit.
So you got nothing back?
Oh, never. No, it was like the Eminem song, dude. Like I just kept writing stuff, and I was
That's
like, you
so
can't
funny.
write me back. But yeah, so I followed Shaq like all the way through. And then in that Lakers era, when they won their first 3 championships, 2000 to 2004, then I became a Kobe fan as well. Me and my best friend at the time, like every day to school, I wore a Shaq jersey, he wore a Kobe jersey, and like we were just diehard. And then I loved learning about Kobe and like even the Mamba mentality. Like,
Mhm.
and I still enjoy watching like his motivational stuff on YouTube. He was such a different cat. Like, I remember going into my freshman year, I watched an interview with him and he said he put up 1,000 shots every day. Like that was his non-negotiable. He did 1,000 every day. And we just got, I don't know if you guys still use them for training, but it was a machine called the gun. And so it sits underneath the basketball hoop. It's got the net and you can shoot and it kicks back. Well, we like had to fundraise. And I mean, those were super expensive at the time. This is 20 years ago. And we got one in Kettle. And I didn't do 1,000, but I did 100 shots every single morning for my whole 8th grade year going into my freshman year. And I just like Kobe was a huge motivating factor. I remember he had one of his first commercials in it. I guess it would have, because I think he was with Adidas first before Nike for a shoe sponsor. So I think this might have been an Adidas commercial. But his rookie year was so, and they had a chance to go in the playoffs, and he took the game-winning shot and airballed it. And the whole commercial is just him saying, like, to anyone who ever said I wasn't good enough, to anyone who said, you know, like, because he kind of had this struggle coming into the game. And I remember I, like, even wrote something similar. Like, I had this chip on my shoulder. And I just, like, Kobe was always a huge influence for me of just, like, hard work, dedication. And then I thought it was really, like, interesting to learn about the Mamba mentality of, like, how he could flip on and off his switch, like, on the court.
Yeah, something my grandpa has been, like, saying recently. He's telling me, like, before games, like, Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cool, and I'll, like, always be grateful for that. And he calls me, like, 2 times a week, just, like, check in. He'll give me texts before my games and after my games. Sometimes he'll be like, "The free throws, Maggie." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm working on them." But yeah, he always texts me. He's always like, that's one of my, like, biggest supporters for sure. It's my grandpa.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's super proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's killer. Have you watched the Redeem Team documentary on Netflix?
I have not.
It's the 2008 men's basketball team that won gold after sucking for a while. And Kobe was on that team, and they were playing, I believe it was Argentina, and Paul Gasol played for Argentina, but they were both on the Lakers, and they just won a championship during regular season. But then in the Olympics, they were playing against each other. Dude, first play of the game, they come in and Kobe sets a blind pick on Gasol and knocks him into next week.
I've seen that.
Have you seen that clip?
highlight? Yeah.
And then they interview Kobe at, like, in part of this documentary, and he was like, "I just had to set the tone that we're not teammates anymore." And I was like, that's a different breed.
Yeah.
Like, he took the game so serious. That was such a gnarly screen that he set. Like,
Yeah.
But cool. Number 3, who braids your hair before games?
Me.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your signature?
Yeah, I picked it up when I was, like, braiding American Girl dolls.
Okay.
But yeah, I've definitely gotten better at it. So that's my signature.
Yeah.
I've kind of, like, changed it up. Last year was kind of different. It was kind of different every game, but now it's like the 2 into the bun. So
Gotcha.
I have a lot of hair, so when I did, like, the ponytail, it would, like, get in my face, and I'm like, nope, gotta switch it up.
Do you have any other, like, pregame rituals? Like, are
Um,
you superstitious at all?
Not really. Not really. I get a good nap in
Yeah,
on game days, but that's about it.
that's interesting. I remember Jordan always said that he wore his North Carolina shorts underneath his Bulls shorts.
Really?
Yeah, he was
That's
superstitious.
crazy.
If you watch the first Looney Tunes, he sends Bugs Bunny back to get his North Carolina shorts before the big Space Jam game because he
Really?
says he can't play without them. And then Shaq's was he would actually paint his toenails a different color before every game and drink a large orange soda. Like, I read his autobiography when I was in high
That's
school.
funny.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting.
Is that still going?
It sure don't look like it, does it? That sucks. We're still recording, but the video went out. How long has it been like that?
I just noticed it.
Let me see if I can kick the camera on real quick.
There we go.
So we're back. I don't know how long we lost video for. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but good catch.
Thanks.
That goes out again, let me know. I've
Okay.
never had that happen. The last 3 episodes I've been getting my butt kicked on. Like, I don't know anything about podcasting or computers or microphones, and it's been a learning endeavor for
Yeah.
me.
This looks like the real deal, so.
Trying. It looks decent, but I keep having these, like, little glitches
Yeah.
where dumb stuff like that happens. But Number 4, what's your favorite smoothie?
I've actually been on a smoothie kick right now. I'm gonna say strawberry, banana, mango, and vanilla protein.
Mm. Do you make that?
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, it's good.
That
What's
sounds
yours?
good. I'm more of like I'm a mango guy.
Okay.
Yeah. My daughters, I have 2 daughters, and they love smoothies as well. I don't hit them as much anymore, just with the sugar thing. But yeah, I like if I'm doing a protein shake, it's chocolate, protein powder, peanut butter, and
Yeah,
bananas
that's
with
when I'm
ice,
going
like
for
heavy on the ice.
chocolate. Yeah.
And I could drink those all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about favorite athlete outside of basketball?
Like a different sport?
Yeah, anyone that you keep tabs on?
I don't think so. I mean, if I really thought about it, probably could come up
Yeah,
with one,
but what about how about your favorite girls basketball player?
someone that I like really like watch a lot is like Paige Beckers. Like I watch the way she plays. Like I really just like watch like the players that have like the same position as me
Yeah.
and stuff that I could watch and be like, oh, I could do that move, and then I'll like try it out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And then number 6, what kind of music are you into? You have a favorite artist?
Right now, probably Drake.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then on that side, like I don't know if you know who SZA is. Maybe.
Know the name. I don't
Yeah.
know if I could tell you a song.
And then Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, Morgan Wallen,
Ooh,
Ty Myers,
yeah,
Zach Bryan.
nice.
Yeah.
So I got my daughter and I hit Zach Bryan in Tacoma last November, and it was rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin went and he was pretty close, and the drummer threw his drumstick and my cousin caught it.
No way.
Yeah. So he's got that.
That's way cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Zach Bryan. He's got good stuff. So you're like before a game, you're listening to rap, Drake, that kind of.
Yeah,
like,
my car's bumping on the way to the gym.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What other rap are you into other than Drake?
J. Cole.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
For sure.
probably that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was a huge DMX fan back in the day.
I don't know who that is.
You got to check DMX out.
Really?
Yeah. He passed away like 4 years ago, but yeah, that's what I used to bump to when I was.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's the old school rap of I kind of fell off when it became some of the mumble jumble auto tune stuff.
Yeah.
Like wasn't for me. Like I kind of liked the old school hood music.
Yeah.
And like DMX is that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. What about like plugs? If there's people listening to the podcast that want to keep tabs on you, I have written down that they could, if they have a subscription to NFHS, they could put in White River, and then are most of those games streamed?
Yeah. Every single one is going to be on there.
Okay.
In season. Yeah.
So for those listeners that don't know what NFHS is, you just go to your app on your phone or YouTube TV, you can download it, and then you could search White River High School and then find the girls basketball team and subscribe. And you're going to be notified each time Maggie has a game, and you can watch it right from your TV or your phone. It's pretty rad.
Yep. And then for AAU, on EYBL, if you search up Nike Girls EYBL, they're usually all streamed when I'm at those like big EYBL tournaments.
Cool.
There's some people recording those, so sometimes they can be a little glitchy though.
Yeah. And then Huddle is somewhere where you can see some highlights and stuff, right? I found some of your highlights on Huddle, which is HUDL, I believe.
Yep.
And then it seems like your mom keeps a pretty current Facebook page.
Yeah, she's always updating whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
Probably what I'm eating for dinner. Honestly, sometimes I'm like, Mom, take that down. Like sometimes it's a lot, but it just like I know she's just so proud of me. She just wants to brag on me, so I'm like, yeah,
for sure. What's your favorite dinner?
Ooh, I always like when I come home from these trips, I'm like, I need a home cooked meal. I'm a really big fan of shepherd's pie.
Dude, I love shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like no mushrooms or nothing like that.
Just meat and some vegetables?
Yeah. And some mashed potatoes. Yep.
Yeah, my mom made that for me when I was a kid, and then my wife just recently started making it like 4 or 5 years ago, and in the fall, like when it's cool out,
Yep.
hard day of work,
Mhm.
I could eat shepherd's pie for days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So good.
solid. That's a good choice. Anywhere else or outlets that if people were curious to keep tabs on you?
My Instagram,
Yeah.
Maggie_Schmitz. That's about it. Yeah.
Maggee?
Mhm.
Is that Maggie?
Yep.
Yeah, and then Schmitz?
Yep.
All right. I passed the spelling test
Yep.
for today. Cool. Anything else in closing? Anything worth noting or chatting about before we get off?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
I would love at some point, who knows what the future holds, but it'd be cool to have you come back.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like updates. Yeah.
I think it'd be rad if we do it like once a year.
Yeah.
And just like recap the season and what's it like going
We
forward.
can definitely do that.
Yeah, if you're down for that, that'd be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So cool. Maggie, thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations on all your achievements thus far. And
Thank you.
I think this whole community is going to be really excited to watch and support you going forward.
Cool.
All right. That's it. Thank you, everybody.